Sa shi ge jo shi me do dan re la le shi ni de dian ba san ye shin do mi de wu wa yi do gu nam da shi jo wa shu yi da ma gu ra ra na da la ma ni san ye jo nam so ye jo nam na san ye da do da ni ja su da ye chu ji ge zo no ye do la bian jian san ye du ma la shu san ye jo nam so ye jo nam na zhan jiu ba do da ni ja su ji da ye chu shi ji zo no ye do la bian jian san ye du ma la shu san ye jo nam so ye jo nam na zhan jiu ba do da ni ja su ji da ye chu shi ji zo no ye do la bian jian san ye du ma la shu
And the Yam Tadro didn't mass at the Imba. It is.
So we are on the verse 69,
Yes.
recognizing that all suffering beings as my mother.
That's in it. That is Yamda Goa Dibu Talimas. Mashit in Jutche, Mashis Yamda Goa Dibu Talimas at the Mashis in its temple. Yaya Tingy can the choose some names is Teen Timbers. Ne some names. Tuba Pola machine to that is it. Ninjiki to the ship. Just a Tambutinium that was the Marcia timber.
So let's look at the verse 69. Recognizing that all suffering beings are my mothers. So this line states that recognizing all sentient beings as one's own dear mother. Now the second line, who have raised me in kindness again and again. This line states that how kind the all mother sentient beings, the kindness of all mother sentient beings. So look at the fourth line, like a mother's love for her only child. So this line states that compassion.
That's in it. Kandadi Yamta Juti. That Yamta Juti can do this in a petty at a petty. Malonga mig never. Malongachi. Yuna, and that Langa Shing Barba. Langa Kuban to Rosaki Langa Shingi Amari. Mishiba is a tati. Gudu Tambachini, young Southern Duet. Young Sachimbutin. Dugurvata, Kal Dugurva. Kulanga Shingi me Yamari. Me marry some teeny marriage. Me marriage to Gudu Tamba. Any Langa de Mashivichin, any yes, Sayang in good years to the Ligriba. That is teacherity. Yam Taji teacher. The general courage ever is in Radu Kangolo, any Maripe member chimney. Nay, Kanagi, Lama Hai Kubia Mari, Mari member the meet the lone, Shirp meet the lone. Nay, Kanagi, Lam, Ibutia Hakubia Mari, Rosatia Hakuya Mari. Rosatia Nendru the Chiarva, dear Hamaguchi. Tin Rochi Lam Ting Nendru Lutrona, Lam Karil. Lam Karil China, Nendru Levi Vata, Lam Karil China, Nendru Levi Vati, so much Singia Marita. Chedata, Titi, Petty Tiri, the Marandu Kangaru Yamtabas in the Gares. And Maribe number to book with Jimmy. Ni Kana Lam Meshibache. The Meshiba yes a canto Rossetti Meshibache. That is me known the Rosaku Emeritus Chum to Vera. What did I teach it? It's teacher.
Now the verse 69, so if we look more closer to this stanza, in Tibetan, its opening line for this stanza starts with Nyampa, which here translates as a suffering, but it's one. Now, if you look at another way to translate this Nyampa, it's a destitute. So, to illustrate this destitute, there's one way to illustrate is just like a blind a person who is about to take a step closer to a very sharp cliff. So now this, it shows the illustration of the meaning of the destitute here, in a sense that just like this person who is a blind and he doesn't know where to go, even though it's very close to fall from a cliff, very sharp cliff. So just like this person, so too we are in a similar situation because we are blinded by our ignorance and we really don't know the path, where to take, where to walk. We are blind in terms of the path to virtuous deeds and non-virtuous deeds. So therefore, we are in that sense, we are very destitute in terms of the knowledge to accumulate the virtues and to abandon from the non-virtuous states, because our eyes are blinded by the ignorance. So too, that person who's blind, therefore, even though the person is almost going to fall from a very sharp cliff, but that person doesn't know because that person is a blind.
That thing I to Maribe number two to Devati cheated bet teacher. That name Lady drinking university. Yomo bet drinking university. That is me many. The same truth in it. Same truth that Narantu the Yomo bet same truth. Ni Genesis Namju Yomba de Lerva, Dungi never Jenny. Same truth in Yerva. He Dungi with Swedish, and I'm just in Yomobari. Yomoba ongi. Same truth in Yobana Shere Yerva. Cheesy at the Jigiyama, Majesty at the J. That the Yombana Shije Jigiyarva. He is a Yomobe Dungi nearby city. Yombatu. Nanji the number say Jerva, that is military hard and Hamain that in the Novagen in Shasia in the Yerba, doing it Novagen. Or Tipel Shani, the Garandu Carino Resident, Yomo Bay, some two. The number of the radiator that she said, Massia, the Chicanga Chigierva, but the Yesene, Yomo between Yam Pass at the Chick Check, and Yam touch the shade.
Now, another way to understand this Nyamthak, or the very, very, how to say, destitute, or very, a very miserable state of conditions. Now, to illustrate this, now another example is uh, when a person is infected by a demonic forces, then that person loses its mind and does in a very insane activities because person is no longer under his control. He was controlled by the other demonic forces. So the person loses its mind. Uh, so in a similar manner, like we are too in that similar situation because our mind is controlled by the afflictive emotions, just destructive emotions, or three poisonous mind. Because our mind is infected with those three poisonous mind, therefore we engage, we commit or indulge in those non-virtuous activities. Uh, therefore, uh, we are too in that similar situation to a person who was infected by a demonic forces.
되네, 되네, 그래서 그래. 네, 동네 자라들매 나라 땅나도 들이 단지기 미롱아 제 네, 샘디 뉴바체 이제 때는 강에 먹으시고 퇴근해 봐. 동네 자라기 누구가 지나신 나라도다 동네 자라기 마심제 탐제다 동네 자라기 나를 때에 인선이다 그니 냠타세도 냠타주디가 머리에 문거기 군에 팀이 제 시럽이 내리지 그니 시럽이 매번 인선에 되니 아니 그래서 그래 레가나기 다 레가나라 소바도 미시르체 미시르들 언제 되니 다 미시르 직제 되니 디마세 뉴먼바베 마리베 나니 미시베 미기 가르시 시르 미기 동바 마세 되니 뉴먼바 차단무슨 차단을 소바 뉴먼바베 센투 두데르바 뉴먼바 잡체데르 이제 이왕게 단 강행만 붙이 책이야봐 동네 자타만 보고 이만 가다니라 동네 제 삼바 동네 두 삼바 동네 숨 삼바를 팀에 지시해봐 어디나 심이다 동네 자타만 보고 제대가 스틸이 만주 삼야들 단 냠터주 섬주들이 냠터버시 버리 있어야 돼 나랑도 붙이나 란도 내 미시베 이 시베 시로 그미네 아티메바 인산에 아니 티네 가르소네 메네 시로 그미네 이가는 유몽베 이 차담무슨도 수버티다기 셈투네 인연부터 지세야드 마지막지세야드 제가 인산다 인것도 그렇지 이가는 디왕게 티네 아니 동네 자랑만 보고 날다가 냠타바다 냠타주들에 어디에 스며들이 냠타부 섬주들이 다시 마시 또 버티도 냠타베 마세야 되게 냠타주디 삼다들 어디다니였다
So now with this to understand how so here to recognize or to acknowledge or to feel that Mother Sentient Being in a very poor or destitute or insanity situations, right? Just so looking at they are not just blinded, not just deprived of knowledge to accumulate virtues and how to abandon the non-virtuous. Moreover, their minds, Mother Century beings' minds, are infected by those poisonous minds. Therefore, they indulge and commit in very insane actions. In, in, as a result, they experience a tremendous sufferings, right? So, as we have mentioned in the previous class about how beings in samsara experience the sufferings, right? Hundreds of sufferings. We can be categorized in either 8 different types of sufferings, 6 different types of sufferings, or 3 different types of sufferings, right? So, in short, Mother sentient beings are experiencing enormous varieties of suffering because they are not just blind. Moreover, their minds, heart and mind are infected by those 3 poisonous minds. Intense attachment, intense hatred, aversion, and ignorance. So, so in that sort of understanding, we must have to see, being able to recognize how my dear mother are in that situations.
다들 디레트 디니카라 나라돌라 아 나라돌라 미야르티 소우트라 소르타야 미디야르티 니 레니비 여와지야 시르 미티 메르는다 시르 미티 제가 롱하티 나라도 롱하도 그래티야리 지 타고세티타 레니 그래서 가나 렌데타 도술 수신 비셰버치고 비아르바 디 메버 인산데타 단지 민 메버티레 두즈르 기체리에 다디 시르 민 메버티 제사 밀롱에 인버티 가나 tuk한 걸로 시르 민 메버티 딱디제 시르 민 메버에서 나랑도 레게 온 부비아리 타바리신 로테리 초주의 까마도 맞아버데 로테리 치말라 로테리 먼저 까마지 맞대봐 까마네 갈체네 초주네 이마사 두스제는 로테리바 치말라 로테리 또 치말 로서티 딜런로 삼바데 네버는 줄라 두스 로테리다 마시버도 진짜 로스테 하고 왜야 말이다 로스테 하고 왜야 말아 제사 로테리 초들 까마지 마테비제 두게 니니 되 로테리 치만은 로테리 단 로스테 야부지다 로삼바야 말이 야부 로스테 하고 왜야 말이 야부 니 로사기 랑가티타 까나비 까불리스 게레타 나부미게레 니부티리바 디에 야부신게 야마 디메 랑가 야부신게 야마 니 메부티 랑가 마셰사 파루 츠두 츠그르바 랑가 시게 야마 로세티 신게 야마 디 간주주 칠파 로셰리 타마지 레두로 어떻게 소리지레 간주 the teachable surgery there is.
Yes, yes, we do have eyes, right? That for not legally and clinically, we are not blind, right? We say we do have eye, we can see, but what we see is very sensory perceptions. Our eyes, sensory perceptions. Beyond that, we don't see. For example, we are blind in terms of wisdom eye. We're deprived of wisdom eye. Therefore, we really don't see the pattern of the virtuous and non-virtuous. Therefore, we commit in wide range of non-virtuous, right? So in that sense, we are even worse than a person like a clinically regarded as a blind. That person like a blind, and that person like a they don't. Those person don't see the things. Seemingly, we claim as we have eyes, but many times we commit even worse heinous actions than those, right? So, so in that sense, um, we are endlessly wandering, always moving, like a minute by hour, hour by days, days by month, month by years, right? Until we die. So, so, so now it's important to see in that like a lens through. We are moving. We are always moving, but we don't know the destinations where we are going. We are wandering endlessly, right? Because we are blinded with the the blinded with the virtuous path and non-virtuous path. Therefore, we are wandering endlessly.
that is 다이는 제선에 당만주 미 매버티체 당 년부터부터 년부터부터 인다 칼스네 dengi tungi nyambati chaya mari dengi tungi nyambati arandu mi nyamba saji duga satan jinji neba jeni nyamba chebe siyos dengi tungi ji mari nyomon besem tungi ta nyamba rapta chete ta sakaram mandu mune nyamba suri jimbare chikuya se sangi ji siya te tan ma chebe 마제 제 지금 지금 말했어야 돼. 먼저 지게 알아. 근데 그 단지 dengi 년부터 마제 세야 강가 지글이 지세야 돼. 지금 말에 딱 간제 년부터 아니 가르쳐 그래. 년부터 됐어. 다들 어디 지글 봤다. 때 난주 년부터 충분했다. 년부터 좀 이 년부터 가르치네 지글 봤다. 가르치네. 아란지 남기 내지야게 강가지 지그러가 어디나 신기 소리치 때가는도 땡님은 백년벌지 때 시럽이 미그 동체 님은 베심기 두 백년부터 붙여
So now, in a conventional understanding, the mad person is just like a in our conventional understanding, when someone is mad, it loses the mind. Then that person will do like a very insane actions, right? Why? Because that person is mad. That's how we regard a person in mad person in that sense, right? But in reality, like this mad is very relative notions. Relative notions. Yeah, in a spiritual sense, we are too a mad because from the eyes of the Buddhas, then Buddhas prescribe us a directions, a sense of advice, what to be adopted and what to be abandoned. However, just like the mad person, we have no sense of the awareness of discrimination, what to be adopted, what to be abandoned. Furthermore, we do things that it will harm us. and we abandon the things that those will bring a protection and helpful for us. So therefore, we are mad in that sense because we have no longer a sense of sanity. We lose it. So in that situation, we are too mad.
That is the one of the human best symptom number of the teens and that coming mambuchi charity. To me, mambuchi charity that the union human best symptom union can it take over with Harazula. Can a mambuchi charity? That's just a number the Kangin Jigging number the Kangin mambuchi charity. Kane Maradul Mate. Kange mabuchi terrier was. The courageous and Kunyoba Yasani, the Kange Chebraba, these and Marando Nuba Yasani, to make Jadam Mambuki, Kange, to make it not create caressing. No one be drinky, no one be same trouble at the Chuarba, the insanity. But the that really, Yamtabe. Simje to Sukanga, landing near Ma Leisha Sambacheni, Samtang, Yamda to a different time, Yamta Jutisam, Internet, Sindune Yamtabatus, Roatitati, Susu Mari Shasam, my but Tenguer, Yamta to time city.
So it's really important to to understand why those beings actually experiencing a suffering because their hearts and mind are infected by afflicted emotions or destructive emotions. So therefore, it loses its mind and does all those actions. Ultimately, those actions will harm to themselves. Um, so therefore, for us to feel it genuinely within our hearts that how these beings are ultimately experiencing enormous sufferings, and moreover, recognizing those suffering beings are my own mothers.
Oh, that is. The Susu Mayan, but the any shares on the careers and any Yamtawi, Kange Mambuti, Tung Devi, Roatita, Rangi Mayan, but the shares on any the changing to the that Mayan the shares on any the Kange Gaviavi, single Chileva, or the is any Yamta to the machine. Kokangele tundu loki marba. The tambu nyam tazu di shi. Nyam tazu di shi ne di tene te kod mayin ba tha kosona. Ta di ma iba ha ko inte di ku karasumre. Nyam tabe sinje jesu kange di seya setu lochi kigirwa.
Now, it is really for us to really important first, first being able to recognize those uh, beings, those sentient beings, as my mother. Moreover, not just being able to recognize those suffering beings, sentient beings as my mother, but those suffering sentient beings are in enormous state of suffering. That's important because if we just recognize sentient beings as one's mother, but then doesn't have much effect in our hearts that wanting to uplift them from the suffering state of suffering. When one truly recognizes sentient being as one's mother, then when your mother are in that state of suffering, then obviously they will that we will have obligations to uplift them from their sufferings. Therefore, it's equally important not just to recognize sentient beings as my mother, but also they are in enormous state of sufferings.
Tene Mahimbatite, Tata Mahimbatite, Ta Yaya Tingi Kamba Chusan, Ta Mahimbati Shesuna, Tene Yaya Tingi Kambas, Tingi Yachigi, Tingi Duji, Duji Mahimba, Yaya Tingi Kamba. Ni 어디 야야 딩기점에 출생했다. 딩기를 야야 딩기점에 출생했어요. 딩기점들이 많이 내기 내겠어. 딩기점인가? 내기 내겠어. 아마디 가르치기 해서는 마디 볼이야 너더니 아니 칼라이니 칼라 차부지니 야서기야 말이야. 칼라 차부지서는 얘기 부들이 누기야. 정치 전에 누기야. 아니 칼라지 말이 칼라 사단에 아니 얘기네서 칼라 사단에 지니 견디야. 칼라 사단에 수수 칼라 사단에 지니 마디 그불 미안해 내가 부디 견디야 봐. 저 이제 되니 니들 부디 원래 레미 스tamber 지금 알로이 게드 알로이 가보야 돼. 이 부디를 지금 렘토서 부디를 넣어. 니들 전에 아마디데 니디 야부지 양서 부지 예고요 소지. 말을 딘게 야리 마치 되던 봐. 니디 되는 루지 공부 전부 주변에 지금 가르치니 물론 너도야 삼노다니 불려 지경지야 저선 얘기는 것수 지경지야 딘데 지경지야
So with this, look at the next line. Who have raised me in kindness again and again. So this line it says that how kind mother sentient beings, or the ones mother sentient beings, right? Now let's look at like a present mother who have raised us in the most wonderful manner. So if we break down those stages, plus how she have raised us during in her womb for 9 months. During those 9 months, she's very considerate, very kind in terms of keeping mindful about her diet, eating habits, not drinking too hot or neither too hot not too cold. So she knows that if she consumes such a very hot and very cold, then that's not good for her child. Then even when she walks, she was mindful that not walking too harsh, because then with knowing that those actions might cause harm to her baby, and during her sleep during night, she's very again, even it's very uncomfortable for her. She do her best in terms of not to adopt any uncomfortable positions for her child, right? So if we look at in that perspective, then we will know for sure that how kind she was, even at the we are in her womb, right?
Tene maake tete tambati pugiti ke shibu kato cheni ke chigi erba kato shibu se kama kuranda kange kateto maake tu kange shibu yare. Tene ke tete kato shibu che. Tene chi sha dodo suri chi mishu yamare. Maybe in santi pama ke pe sojun cheni ya aranzu tine sevre tambuti sha dodo suri chi mishu mebre. Maybe in saniti ya chano chiati. 아니 샤 저도 소리지 매버티 지야 도도를 지 만남도 단데 니가스 레고야티 아마리 제교 제니 샤 도도들이 제교 제니 두시야 아 아니 지 짐바 단신게 아마 조바 단신게 아마 칼라사 신게 아마 니 제제 칼라사야라 짐바 다야 아니 조바 치야 아니 되네 진짜 세 경비여봐 되네 되게 시장 아니 아직 되게 지 공부보다는 제 lực 비여봐 야르 되네 아직 지 어떤데 지여봐
So she also induced very during the delivery, she induced all those pains, right? As soon as delivery finished, as soon as she sees the baby, right? The nurses they hand the baby in her arms. Every pain that she experienced are gone. Just seeing the face of the baby, right? That's how affection she has to us. And during that time, we are just only few pounds of meat, is it right? Only few pounds of the meat. We just like that, and she raised us from that onwards, right? And the baby, like the baby infant, doesn't know anything except the poop and pee and cry. Doesn't know much. Uh, but she really, with much care and affection, she raised us and eventually taught us how to walk and how to speak.
다 되네 아니 지 라가는 땅이야 가만히 지 벤조 돈이 로종 로종 질라야 질레 지는 로종을 땅이야 니지 강내만 비야래 지 로종을 땅고에 로종 땅지 때문에 라비야 말이 근데 로종 땅이 되는데 그 라베나네 부도 수수 부디 지 산호지역 턴이 현代산호지역당 인도를 지는데 양 강에만 붙여 선을 강에만 붙여야 해. 지 도게 지전에 지 부부지 단련함이 양지 지적으로 지 이들 좀 봐야 선대지야. 부부 현代당에 냠바르지 마요야 요약 치도 베스인데 마용 같이 그래서 그래 파마라 신데 시비야 봐 니 저놈 같으니 야봉마 중에 신데지야 야 소비찬에 랑주 찬에야 부부 현代的这样碰到了新的人，都有的， 파만데 지기들 근데 그래서 우리 파마가 심대 간것 네 북을 심대를 지배 그래서 이제 전에 라트라다 아니 지 춘기 자야 어디 가르쳐야지 이게 지금 장시를 장 디네치들로 좀 저기해 봐.
So now, as soon as like the the child it's when it reaches its age to go to school, right? Schooling. Then parents has enormous again the pressure and the pressures, right? And for examples, like the sending the child to a school, the parents has to pay the fees for the school, the money that they have earned, the, uh, earned in hard ways, right? And moreover, uh, when the child, the parents now has to worry about the not physical or physical growth of the child, but also the uh, developmental development of the child in the schools, and the parents, feel like the pain when the child, even in the physical growth, is not very. Parents compares with the other child. If her child is not physically like a growing in growth is compatible with the other kids in the school, then parents also worry what happens to my child. Then, needless to mention, the mental development, education development of the child is your child is failing in grades. Then she has to worry what's right. So, so in a nutshell, parents really focus every aspect of the child's growth and development, and she she carries the pain and the weight.
다들 딘데기 뒤뒤다 심제리리기 막 심제리리기라는 막 받네버지 저선 딘데 딘디 년직 많이 봐 내가 좀 해봐 야야 딘기 겸에 출생했어 딘데 딘기 겸에 경주 시국에 뒤시 삼다 이 삼다 비는데 아니 진수세야 돼 진수도 올라지기야 돼 담보 진 마디는 진수도 올라지 로지 말봐 진디 야포 진디 좀 같은 말한 주인의 딱 담배 취해도 돼야 돼 밤에 진도 소리 지르야 돼 밤에 잠좀 있잖아 벌레 때문에 담배 취 그래 소리 취해도 돼야 돼 진수수 단대 뒤에 간가 자투네 한마디 진기 중에 소리 지르 어디 다들 진지야 야 진지점에 출수네 사다티 진지로 디아부 개구리야 레스제
So with this, like every sentient being, every dear mother sentient being has been my mother, not just once, but countlessly, many times. They have been my mother, and they have raised me in that kindness many times. So here again and again, right? So and they have raised me in that kindness so many times, like, and actually countless times. So it is very important for us to feel it first, how kind they are, how kind they has been to me in those those lives, countless lives. In countless life, Mother Sentient Being has been kind, tremendous kind to me. Now, this is important because the more we have this feeling of gratitude, how kind the Mother Sentient Being to us, then obviously it will accelerate our will to repay their kindness.
다들 얘네 진수대 지치를 매베이네야 진수대 다 지디하고 진수나 아니 진수도 올라 기기를 받아. 근데 두고 볼때 마신도 스트다 간제 아니 진수글로디 진우리 진수들로 다진 선디글로 기피 삼바진데 선디글로디 근데 그래 아니 진수글로디 진선디글로디 근데 그래 쓰는데 지당 알아도 지 파마다 지 실지学파마인በ게 거진디 제네 실지学얘네 지 세븐네메를 수바도수기 지 실지学류기 실지学도수 감가 진수를 봐 진수리디 근데 또 진수도 가르스는 다 냠다 베신제 도수 머리에 단지 냠다 주지 잼베이바 머리에 미다 시럽 미다 테샤 아니 뇽데 셈뚱니 아니 뇽바다 버리샤스 네 티니 디옹게 뚱네 자타 망부 저지 냠다 주지 디셰빈바 다디 진진디 점바 아니 그래서 그래 네 셈제 그래서 그래 그래서 그래 동네의 텐트 로티스 다 근데 두배 불렀잖아 마신 소세지 두배 불렀으니 두배 부세야지 마지 말아 보이 동아지에나 디 마디 들려야 저 시비야르바 두배 불렀 제 마신 소세 유튜브에 불러 네 잠들이 자니 마디기 써지야르바 저 디나시 네 아니 주민이 지켜와지기로 샘제 탐제를 양들 샘제 탐제를 주민이 베니 지켜와지기로 없었어. 다 닝지스는 동네 전주 불러들이 다 동네디 마리베 그래서 마리베 시럽이 밑에 아니 유명배 되기님배 니발을 때니 강이만 붙이 태수는디 그때 동네 자라만 붙이 태수마 강에 어디 동네 디센트기 아무로 지구야 다 제스네 카리스타 카리 마두스 대외 풍샤스 동네기 냠타바리샤스 이선이다 아란 신제티다 진진이 마두스 돼야 되가래 대원주샤 연주해야 될 거래서 동네 민주바레이션스 란드 지바레이션스 인사다 동네 세야다 대화 비야기 대화 비이 삼랍지 강에 세기 삼사랍지 로제고니 잠바드니 지세야디 딜다 다지 지수 소디고 로디게 진디 가르 소그레스나 다 단다 냠타베 심제도 소를 가르쿠고도 세네 냠티스베 심제티게 동네기 나티에 저야티 때와도 동네 면제비제 이니야 동네 면제이니야 동네기 나티에 봐 티사 대화단데 마치기 삼바르지다 동네데 대화지기 삼바르지 samla chita ko yin. Insan tile tinsu sigere.
Now, to repay the gratitude towards the Mother being, but this point is not explicitly in this stanza, but it's implied. So we have to understand this. So after remembering how kind they are, and then next step is to repay their kindness. Now, in order to repay their kindness, they are like um, in a conventional sense, anything that we do towards our parents, and in a good ways, right? Uh, like taking them a lunch or dinner for the Mother's Day. those are those are also like it's trying to it's an act of repaying their kindness. But now those are very how to say those are those are the good, but very minute. But in actual repay their kindness. So we have to go back to our previous point. How the mother sentient beings are in the state of sufferings, right? They are blind in terms of they really don't know what to be accumulated and what to be abandoned. They are not just blind, but their minds, hearts and minds are infected by those three poisonous minds. As a result, they are in the enormous state of sufferings. Now, this is important because now, as someone like our mother, enormously kind to me. Now, if this person, like my mother, in that situation, who has been kind in many ways, right? Now, what I have to do, my immediate reaction should be how I can elevate this or these mothers and being from that state of sufferings, right? They are blinded, right? Their hearts and minds are infected. This is important to repay their kindness in that direction, to 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 emancipate, right? Those non-sentient beings from the state of sufferings. So as mentioned in the next lines, like a mother's love for her only child. This it's an expression of like a see if if a loving mother, when a loving mother had when a loving mother she has let's say a mother has only child. She has only one just child. She has only a child, right? She has one child. And when her child's in suffering, then how does that mother, a living mother, react? That's right. Enormous of feeling to protect, to give the love for only child. So too, our feeling should be towards the mother sentient beings who are in enormous sufferings. She is my mother, and that feeling, intense, enormous feeling towards her to uplift their sufferings, right? Right? So here it says that inspire me to develop authentic compassions. So compassion refers to wanting to uplift the sufferings of others. Others here refers to mother sentient beings. Because our feeling towards those sentient beings is it like a mother's her only child. It means this expression means our love towards the sentient being is so enormous.
다티네 다티 다티 진수 세디 진수들로 다티 다가 진디 가레스 오래서는 다 최세디 제고예리 최세디 제나 그 파마게 부디 야부추나 삼바디야리 방마 근들리 지니 부디 간에 마체버지다 부디 야부추나 삼바디야리 방마 근들지 아니 밤에 내가 지들이 이 밤에 딩지 그래서니 밤에 딩 수비는 밤하게 성질난 신기지 레와지 샤비지야라 레와티 주야티 제우야 밤에 레와티 그래서니 부디 야부추 주는 선바지다 강에 파대를 주는 성이 지야라 이지 어디 있으니 다디 야부치 지야지 야부치 지야스네 수수 야부치 지야스네 밤하게 딩엔 수주기야리 그래서는 밤하게 저것을 뒤야리 야부치 주는 성디야리 불레야 나 그래도 부디 디기지 된 거지 비에 미 야부치 주는 선바르지 야리다 밤한 간들 지리니 부디 야부치 주는 선바르지 야르바 이코르 디디리 가르소리 생 풀을 샤야지 밤하게 가게 멈부 자야지 부디 야부치 주는 선을 가리 저기야르바 이 나시 이 예산에다 야부치 주는 선을 가리 저기 예산에다 랑게 진수야지 안하게 생기시에 딘디 라니 주부게 라 야부치야지 내가 가르소리 최진이 되는 밤에 빌린 수야게 삼루트 땅으로 밤에 빌리디 최재수는 내가 그 뒤에 수게 타도 최재수는 남시지는 아니지 미삼부치 쳐를 봐 미삼부치 차수는 아니 밤에 뒤에 세투에 아마 신이 간제지리네 상부치 상부 삼루디 삼루지기 삼루 아니 자와를 베그를 봐 있어서는 신제 간제지네다 딜레지 미 삼부치 존스는 아니 디지기 신제가 강만 붙이 세투에 아나도 신제가 강에 강가 그래서는 삼룩 nembaji mit samluk nembaji sugier batas kanget i sane susu sam mi sambuchi jena sam sambuchi da mi sambuchi jesuna ni rangi kanhe segeres semje mambuchi kanhe setu sam sambuchi na ani karesena sam sambuti 유기 군주 삼부주인들이 지려 샘 삼부주인은 밀려로름 지하진 걸 봐. 밀려로름 지하진 거리 가리 이제 밀리야 디지털 툰이지 저기 봐. 밀려 디지털 투스는 심지어 디지털 툰이 중에 심지어 진행수를 두게. 심지어디 진행수야 디 간에서 다 대화를 지도록 이것은 미 수술 최간독지도 제니 아니 미상부주 유행하게 치도 최간독지도 제수는 아니 밤에 딜레스를 두게 밤에 삼루에 미 아버지 주나 삼버지 열바 이는 신제니 수술 미상부주 주는 아니 밤에 딜레스게 아마 세디 심제 탐제인바다 심제 다 라는 저와이니 강글로를 디키테투 미상부주나 아니 이네 디키우주니 저와티 상루상주니 산지주고와서야디 두기야리 디투스나니 심제기 강만 붙이 세트고야 봐. 어디를 제선 티버침비 잔주 심세티 디리. 신제 강에서야겠지도 산지주고 도시였어야 됐지. 가르에서는 신제 강에서 얘기 다 추어도 주버티 다 산제 된 거. 나중에 신제 강에서야 돼. 춘주질에 세투야 말. 그래 신제 삼반의 신주야 말봐. 나중에 그래 있는 직전에 강에디 차창한 세투야 말. 어디 매비 있었다. 어디 들이다 드네. 진수세야 되다 들이. 진수세야 돼. 심지기 대화도야다 강에서야 sendu lotil jinsu losi tati karresini jambata niji seti sinje kange sendu loji jamba seti sinje dewa dundu loji wada dingi di jungsuna ani jinsu losi na diri tati dingi di sendu seti Shembeke samba seti tirida. Shembeke samba seti jambati ninji nipandri. Ati insan, ati chetan di shu tere dube pula tere machido. Jumi ninji kiwa chingilo. Ninji tang jamba nipati kalo jangdu jamba jing janan rigari. Dunga de dewa de chungsu na dewa de nebati yungu yarwa. 진짜 탐제 동네도 제수는 진짜 탐제를 대화도 되는 거야. 진짜 탐제를 대화도 되수는 진짜 탐제 강에서 거야. 인san 장바도 인지 해야 돼. 동네기 전들이 장바다 인지 해야 돼. 지금 메시지 장수는 기부지 그냥 영화로부터 틀어주기 그래. 제산 어디 네가 정주 디아리 데 지단 딘들의 주민이 지켜와 진결 없어. 디두가 잠바디 동네도 전주기 잠바디야 말. 이거래서는 동네 전주기 니지 뒤는 대화된 전주기 잠바디 슈르인 거야.
So now with this, like in terms of repay their kindness, right? To repay their kindness. Now, this is important in order to repay their kindness towards our mothers or to our parents. It is not in a conventional understanding. If a child fulfills the child's parents, right? If a child fulfills the will of the parents, right? Then conventionally we also regard that the child, we equate that child repaid their kind mother's parents. Right? In a conventional understanding, if the child is very, how to say, maybe in the East we say obedient child. If the child is very obedient, listens to obedient, right? But I don't know, in the West it's obedient because it's a grown up. But in the East, like we regard this as it's a sign of a good child, right? It's a child. But now the bottom line here is every parent wants to see their child or children in a happiness, in happy state, right? Isn't it? We can conclude that in a nutshell, every parent wants to see their child or children in happiness, right? So therefore, it's a child or children's responsibility to have that happiness. That's the dream of our parents and fulfill our parents' dream. So we have to be in a happy state. Now, speaking of happiness, then the Dharma, only Dharma show us the actual path of true happiness. So therefore, upholding a Dharma for the sake of my parents' wishes, right? Moreover, if I truly embark that journey on a spiritual quest, right? Not just fulfill my parents' wish, but ultimately to emancipate the sufferings of the mother sentient beings. Right? That's more important. Um, so in this sense, it is really important to develop this a sense of enormous uh, strength within our heart and mind to repay the kindness that we have received from our parents. And to do this is to not just to provide like a conventional uh, needs, right? Uh, but being able to see or being able to provide the ultimate cause, not just the patch up the conventional pains, right? But rather finding a way to how to heal the pains of malsensation being in its from its roots, right? Healing from the roots. So and that is to truly seeking the spiritual path to do so, and 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 loving kindness and compassion are the greatest strength to provide the kindness, to repay the kindness to the mother sentient being. And also, like when we say bodhicitta, bodhicitta is really a will to wanting to achieve Buddhahood for the benefit of all dear mother sentient being. So therefore, like this bodhicitta is really the ultimate way to repay the kindness to all the mother sentient being. And in order to develop such a state, it really has to we have to work on the loving kindness and compassion. And training in loving kindness compassion, those are almost same. Like a one loving kindness is wanting um, wanting those mother sentient being to the state of happiness, right? And compassion really means like a removing the sufferings. If we remove the suffering of sentient being, and then obviously they will be in happiness. But either way, it's important to first is to train either in loving kindness or compassion for the sake of all mother sentient beings.
Dati siri, dati ne, dati simje kendech thonsu ne, ye nazmayi sambarati. Lo chantu ne pe yabu yore. Kendech thone ta nyamda jugi jugi, tag ma chebraba. Roa tiku tag ma chebraba. Simje kendech thonsu ne, yang ne mayi, tinjig mayi sambarati. Tindai, Allah janji ne, namsi ne ko, kendech thone. Tiang tinjig mai sambarati ingurvati chiensuna karasure sem sambuchi kebarva sem sambuchi ki chunga tine ta kanje ta tinsu de karasene rat mi sambuchi ya tinga mi karasene pama kenje chine puguti yabudu sena ini kaliya puguti yabumindu sene kaliya mare puguti yabudu sene pama di kazo shibu ingure ini sene 나라주 지야디다 미 삼부제 셈 삼부제 미 삼부제에서는 판매 중에서요. 이거래서는 랑게 강에 세트고요. 네, 셈 삼부지는 네 셈제를 넣지 지야디인 거야 말이야. 셈제를 넣지 지야디 셈 삼부 매버디인 거야. 제스는 라 셈 삼부제비나 아니 라라 디기테그리 셈제 셴래야 페마트 나한테 never 지금말 봐. never 지금말이 아니 디기 심제시는 팽거인 거야. 심제 디기테 그래. 미 삼부터 그가 치니 군부 드로네들이 디기테 그래. 미 미 삼부터 군부 드로네들이 미 삼부터 콜 디기테 그래. 다리 미디 야부시도 지간은 간제지 기본 중지 인구를 받아 미 삼부지다 인부 조선은 한기들 간에 책 말봐 미에 버지도 조선은 이들이 쿨간이 스타트를 봐 내가 지다네 삼룩해다 가가 이제 아니 간에 책이야리 이제 삼룩 미 버지는 되니 저는 멤버인 저는 멤버이나 파줄 간에 제대로 자산다 다 진수도 가르쳐 그랬으니 취지야 돼. 다 취지야 돼. 진수 세팅. 다 최근에 다 집어집에 취했으니까 잠부터 되었어야 돼. 잠부터 되었어야 돼. 전에 심 삼국이야 되지. 감는다. 진수기 로지다. 디리다. 마시제 진진시제 다 진수기 로지. 디리 잠부터 되었지. 진수기 로지다. 진수기 로지. 다 지금의 속으로서는 냠타베스 이제 되게 강에 나를 준대야리스 대화야 말이스 강에 최대야리스는 이 가르쳐를 강에 세덥지 대화 뜻적으로 봐. 잠바던 인지디 어디들이 재산다 이제 두개 벌었을 맛이 주민인지와 진짜로 다 이니 다 인지적으로 어디 주민인지와 진짜로 다 인지세야 가르치는 두뇌도 된지로 되라 인지스기바 어다 주민인지와 진짜로 세야 다 되지 다 야네한테 지세서 다시 어디리
Now, with this, it is important for us to at least trying our best to being able to regard, being able to see, being able to recognize, right? All sentient beings as once my mother, dear mother. That's important. So we should do our best to, whoever you encounter, whenever you encounter any sentient being, right? So at least try to train ourselves to regard this as a precious being, just like my mother, who has been enormously kind to me. Right? This is important at least. So that's the very essence of this first line, recognizing all all suffering beings as one's dear mother. This is important to recognize in that manner. So, and then not just to recognize that person suffering sentient being as one's mother, but indeed that suffering sentient being has been countlessly kind to me. enormously kind to me. Therefore, it is my obligation to really help to that sentient being, mother sentient being, who has been enormously kind. So how I can truly help to that sentient being, mother sentient being, right, who is enormously in suffering. So the best way to help them is to generate a genuine sense of compassion and loving kindness, right? Uh, and and to really to develop such a purity of heart and mind, be kind and be compassion for others. So this really in this state, in order to have that total transformation in such a state, it really has to start with a good person, a reliable person, account, I would say, accountable person, right? Those are the basic steps that we must have first, right? So if we are a kind person, at least a kind person, then that kind person not only provides happiness for oneself, but it also generates a positivity, happiness around that person. And that person, whoever that person interacts or goes with, and it other person also receives a benefit, right? On the contrast, if a mean person, if a person is very mean, then as a result, whoever the mean person interacts with, it causes unpleasant for others, right? Therefore, in order to be kind and to pay, repay the gratitude for other sentient beings starts with a good person, a good human being, kind human being, a compassionate human being. And by having those attributes within our heart and mind, and that either directly or indirectly repays the kindness, like gratitude for the other sentient being. And speaking of Mahayana teaching, right? Not just a Dharma, but Mahayana Dharma, Mahayana teaching. The essence is the bodhicitta. Again, the bodhicitta is grounded on the loving kindness and compassion. So, in a nutshell, first step, first come first, right? Be a good human being, good hearted human being. That's the gateway towards repaying the kindness for others as you be. Okay?
야, 다 되네. 두배 볼라 시비지 잠바티 때. 용 잠바싱이 땡겨야 두배 볼라 세대. 제외 마신도 습자와 시비 동네때 된 주인인지 되지. 두배 볼라 세대 용 잠바스 잠바트니 야 용 잠바타. 동네때 된 주기 잠바스. 대화다 된 주기 잠바스야지다. 용 잠바싱이 야. 다 니지 먼저 줘야지. 두배 볼라세 이용 잠바테 두배 볼라세 이용 잠바테 주민인지 세르던 바니 메텐도 비니지 대셔버려.
So now, so look at the fourth line, verse 69. Like a mother's love for her only child. So one way to, another way to interpret this line uh, is being able to see all beings in the most adorable form. So earlier we said it's a loving kindness, right? Now, uh, now this is also this line is also it can be also interpreted in this too. Okay, being able to see all beings in the most adorable way. Okay.
주민인지 제가 진짜로 다테네 데려봐 어디 다테 어디 대시 다테 샤니 제가 다시
Questions? So that's this question. You might take it as a meditation. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So I know for many people in the West, when the question of seeing all sentient beings as a mother comes up, for some people, especially a couple of people very close to me, their mother was very unkind, abandoned, left, like that. And I'm curious if Rinpoche has anything to say about that. Of course, they carried them and they're alive because of them. So even that is an incredible kindness. But I know sometimes emotionally that can get in the way of them developing that sense of, you were my mother, that type of thing. If Rinpoche could speak a little bit about that, that would be helpful.
Yes. The thing is that the no joke had done Marangi that the worship Nangu Kashela me Nangwili and Mikashi Chita Saman Chebek of so Pamadena that Pamajoba Zimbu the Chumena that Saman Chidi Hanga Chuin Serva. And Hanga Chube Kin Chene that Semna Senda Pamala Digala Senda Yamish Ligi Serma. In church, imagine that Digala Conzo the near comes that Chung Chibetus Nalata Jebota Chever de Ineda Ale Joba Zimba Chinjo has a Chungura. Dinzu should chetane, the Pasra Jik Semganga Sarda began more Pomo to Jumara, King Hamala de Sandania Vorage. And a Tinde Nedan Tindelane Harasinia will not see.
That is Jingi Janjudi Yapuch Shirin Kun, and then Negab Chile Chedan Mandi Jumurva. Ku Ting some Lutagi could Doya Mevri, Jin Jampata, and the Chia Jim Negab Tessi Didba. Dia Juju Dia Juju Chigravic. Ni Jingi Jambe Juju Mambuchi. Jingi Jambati ni Gomambune Jingi Jambaji. Ame Samlu Tanda Nejini. Yang Ame Samlu Tanda Pugu Yapuchi Samlu Tangiari. Ayati. Ini ada Jedang Tania Pugu Samlu Tanda Majimbache. Hamokrangi Yapu Samni Chigerba. He had to put some negative some much rejected Kodu Sarsigriva. In a 30, each what is some Shida Madame. Jingi Jambi Shoti Yab, some Yabu Yani and Stambi in Sicily could Susuli Nimbajiagi some Lutishram Madame and could shoot you chini.
In those circumstances, it's really helpful to think in a more holistic manner. More holistic. We can call for other mothers. So, like this, think in terms of more holistic manners. For example, it's like in if a mother sentient being, like let's say like a mother who let's say is quite abusive to the child, right? But then if you think in a more holistic way, in terms of the duration, to be fair with that person, for the both person, like in terms of the duration, how much she has been in that abusive manner, and then versus how much she has been not abusive manner in terms of the time frame, right? Then, I mean, generally speaking, like we can assume she has been like the greater time where she has not been abusive, right? And obviously, like, and then another angle we can also think. Sometimes we disagree with our parents, and many times we hate when we hear a different perspective, things that parents disagree with us, right? But disagree doesn't mean parents don't love us. In fact, they love for us, but they express in a very different way. Differently, things that we disagree. No, just we think we are right and they're wrong. And eventually it calls in an unexpected circumstances, right? So therefore, it is really important to see in a bigger picture, more holistic manners, right? Holistic manners. Then, and it's just like it's really like a try to maneuver from a small steps to see and feel the kindness of the parents, right? Then in a small steps. Then it's our mind, how it works. It becomes sort of like a habit to see in the positive. The more we lens through the negative, then it magnifies the negativities of that area, right? Rather we look from the positive, then positivity we can see more positivity. So it's important to try to look at a different perspective in a more holistic. I think it might do the job, right?
Inshallah.
萨西北给小学的早上，给拉里杰年年年嘛。三月新多面的我娃也，出门当大新嘛，觉话别当我罗拉拉拉拉拉，大呀没。
讲究
三九人不切，马街巴农也准起，两把两把两。我年红豆带我去。公园西口，看到的我马里出来，接着边境的作业，下来4点半都顶住接。